So let's talk a little bit just about business models in general and sort of what's popular these days. So, back in the old days, if you will, say 20, 30 years ago, when you thought of a startup, you really thought of the early stages of huge corporations. So something like a Microsoft or an Apple in their early stage. They're working in their garage, they build a computer, now look at them. Well, that's not really the traditional sort of startup role anymore. Those were kind of one-offs, one of a kind. Now the startup model is so prevalent, and so many people are entrepreneurs and wanting to get into business, that companies tend to be a lot more small and lean. And that would be my first bit of advice, is that companies do tend to run lean, run small. No big elaborate offices anymore, no high-priced computer equipment. You're trying to run the smoothest operation you can on the lowest budget that you possibly can. As well, it's definitely a focus nowadays on more things like software and sort of digital products. Certainly, if you're taking this course and you actually sell a physical product that you're designing, that's not to dissuade you. I'm just letting you know that there's definitely sort of, when you think of business models as a whole out there in the market, there's a lot more geared towards technology, online services. As well, there's a lot more people who are just used to the startup environment as well. Back in the Microsoft early days, there wasn't a lot of people who were maybe used to quitting their job and going to work out of a garage. Nowadays, it just seems normal probably for a lot of millennials to, they're going to get into these industries where they're just going to put in 12, 14-hour days, work hard, and it's all going to be on their computer, and they're help building a super cool website or an app. So people are just used to that model. So I would say overall, focus on sort of the technology, leveraging technology as far as business models go, however you implement that into your company. And then as well, thinking about the future. What are the needs of the future generation? 5 years from now, what do people need? And work backwards from that as well when sort of developing your own business model. There's nothing that says you have to kind of follow kind of the standard protocol. You can certainly think outside the box, and maybe you work with a virtual team, which is certainly popular as well. So whatever fits best for your company is what's right for you, but definitely think outside the box and think towards the future and how things are progressing.